So I've just pulled over in the car. This is my first vlog, and as you can see, I've got all my stuff with me. My Solo is a few days old, and I wanted to record some videos of roughly from near where I live. So I've got in the car and I'm in Oxfordshire, and I've travelled just a few miles away from my house, but it does look quite windy. I've just pulled over and I'm just looking at where I can record. There's some amazing views from around here, so I'm going to go a little bit further up the road and we'll see what we get. Hello again. So I've stopped further up the road. We're in a small, or just outside a small village in Oxfordshire called Pullen. Now it does look a bit windy, and that's why I'm chatting in the car. I will get out in a second. I need to get a better microphone. I'm just using the standard one on my GoPro 3 Plus at the moment. My Hero 4 is on my Solo. So the scenery is pretty awesome, so let's get out and have a look. Try not to get blown away. Windmill. I have actually emailed the local council about flying round the windmill. I want to do it, the correct way. I'm sure people have flown round it already. There's always people taking pictures. Let's just have a wander over here without getting run over. Attempt to launch my Solo from here. It's just a bit too windy, I think. So we might go back towards my house and have a look, see if we can go just fly So let's go back there, and hopefully we'll be able to come here another day when it's not so windy. So I'll catch you in a bit. Back in the car, I think. Okay, yeah, just doing my hair. Yeah, my cool hair. So I'm back in the car. I was just about to leave again. And while we're here, I just thought I'd share a story. Me and my wife and my youngest son came walking down here a few years ago now. And it's just down there. There's some sort of footpaths and it sort of meanders through these hills, and we thought we'd go for a little wander. My son back then was only sort of, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5. Oh, maybe a bit older. Anyway, we wandered through these paths and we come to this point where we didn't really know which way to go. And there was a big house on the left hand side, and there was a field with cows in on the right hand side. So we were sort of stood still, sort of talking amongst ourselves, not really knowing where we were going to go. And this one guy from the house came and told us which way to go, which was very nice of him. And he was pointing in all sorts of directions, saying you can go up this way to the left, you know, past my house, and it will eventually come back onto the main road, or you can turn right down there, down this other footpath, and you'll come back on back to where the car is parked, which was really helpful. The only problem is he was completely naked in his garden doing some gardening. There was things pointing everywhere, and I mean everywhere. Anyway, just thought I'd share that story. Let's go. So, alright guys, I've pulled up again. I'm nearly back to my house, and my house is just over there around them trees around the corner. and I just wanted to show you some of the surrounding areas, and again you can see just by the trees it is, I think, a bit too windy to launch my solo, which is a bit of a shame, but we can talk about why I want to do some vlogs and stuff. You can get to know me a little bit if you want. I would like you to, because I think I'm alright, you know. I think I'm alright. I was going to pull up when I was coming back from Brill. Remember that small village with the naked guy? And I was going to pull up on the way back, but sort of two miles away from Brill there's a prison, and the expanse of fields around by the prison is a really nice area to fly, but I don't recommend flying around by a prison because of, you know what happened, you know, smuggling stuff into the prison, which could be quite a good video trying to no, it's not going to be a good video, so that's not an idea that I was going to do. Don't want to smuggle any budgies in or anything, budgie smugglers, you know. Okay, anyway, let's have a look out here. I just want to show you some fields around here, so let's turn off the car. And Solo this time is just going to stay there. As you can see, I have no backpack. This is my special 3DR plastic box. So let's have a look. Hopefully you can still hear me. So there's some nice things to film around here. There's obviously the few trees, but over there looks like a bit of a dead tree with no leaves, which I think would make quite a nice thing to film. You know, people who've got the Solo, they can do the orbit shots fairly easily. So all the videos on YouTube, we're going to see lots of orbits, but it's what you orbit around, you know, and that's the thing that's going to make the difference, is the locations you take it to and the things you want to take advantage of. And to be honest, there's a lot of great scenery right next to my house, and I filmed it so many times with my other quadcopter, which is made by another manufacturer, you know, with 3 letters starting with D, ending in I, with the middle being J. And you know, I filmed it quite good. I'm quite happy with some of the footage. I only had a 2-axis gimbal on my Phantom 2, made by them people. Yeah, and I was very happy with it. But this Solo, I think, in my opinion, is just awesome. An awesome machine. It looks great. It doesn't look like a toy. Not that any other one does, you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm just rambling on now, so let's get back in the car, maybe go to my house, have some juice. There's another field over there. I've flown around that field many times. There's big scary cows in there, and so I don't want to go in there really too often. There's a big private school over there. Maybe they'd let me film there one day. I like to do things right, you know. I don't want to just go and start filming places. I do want to get permissions and all the rest of it. Let's have a look at this field here. And I live in a small village, so you do get to know the people, and I do actually know one of the family that owns these fields, which could be quite handy. And I was actually filming in here one day when he came in on his tractor and he started putting all them bales in, and he didn't say anything, you know. He knows who I am, I know who he is, and you know, it did work. But I do like to sort of gain permission, you know. Don't take anything for granted. You don't want to, you know, you wouldn't like someone going in your back garden and just filming anything. So let's go back and get a drink. my front room, and that is my iMac with 5K screen. It is awesome. And now I haven't got my glasses on, as you can see, my sunglasses, and now you can see why I wore them. Because one reason why I wanted to start doing some vlogs, I may carry it on, I may stop, I don't know, I just thought I'd try it, is that at the moment I work shifts at a big company in the local town, and during my days off, as you can see, no one's here. My wife is at work, my kids are at school or college, and so I'm here just to mess about on my own. And so that's one reason why I started with the quadcopters, so I could film, you know, as I said before, around here there's lots of nice scenery, and so it's just something to show, you know, that I've used my time. And so I thought about doing some vlogs. You know, I don't like looking at myself or listening to myself, but it's actually quite fun making the videos, trying to come up with things to keep people wanting to watch more, which is not working right now. But you know, it's something to do on my days off. I like the editing and putting it all together, and you know, adding music and all that stuff. And this one, my very first vlog, won't be very interesting, but it's just a way to get to know me. So my background is, I've been working at the same company now for a long time, nearly 18 years, which is printing magazines, which is quite good, you know, quite a good job, it's alright. But I've been there for so long, you know, and I do like photography, which is why I got the iMac. And I do like the video side of it. I've got 2 or 3 GoPros, one which is this one, which is a 3 Plus. On my solo is the Hero 4 Black, and I've got just a basic one that we bought for my son, who's never used it. So I'm claiming that one. That is mine now, so I have 3. So that's it, that's me, you know. I wanted to make use of my time, and I'll have a go at this vlogging stuff. I know there's lots of people vlogging now on YouTube. So, you know, stay tuned. I'm going to put up some footage that I've done very briefly at my mother-in-law's house, just for a few seconds, just to prove that I can fly it, in case you didn't believe me. So that's me, I'm Rob. Stay tuned, and I will see you on vlog number 2.